All these people are on already. Woo!
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? So we got Mona and Jody up in the house, and Mom and Jennifer. My oldest daughter is supposed to join us. I don't know if she's having problems with StreamYard, so she may pop in, or maybe she's gonna watch it and check out, see if we're worthy of her time or not. Oh, look, there she is. She's walking. I think she's just getting home from work, and so I'll give her some time when she's good to go, and I'll let her join us. Um, I can see her, but you guys can't. She's walking. Um, so how is everybody today? Hope everyone is well. So I again I'm not working on anything specific. I do have a few projects going on that um I want to talk about as usual. But if y'all remember last week, Kelsey, you ready?
Hello.
There she is. Hello. Are you just getting home from
Hello.
work?
Yeah, I just got off.
Oh. So, welcome everybody. Welcome Kelsey.
Hi.
So we have a lot of regulars here. Zaza, Mona, Judy. Who else is in the house? Um, I'm not sure who else is here. Um, but yeah, so Kelsey just recently started. Oh, William is here. Yay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. William, I was showing your videos to my husband. I was like, look how he skates. So, my so-called life is William, and he makes jackets and things, and he always does YouTube shorts with all of the capes and jackets and things that he makes. And he also collects lots and lots and lots of sewing machines, I've learned
Oh,
recently. Like way more than us, Jen.
wow.
So, I posted it on the Discord, one of the Discords this week about I was at a person's house and she said, let me show you all my antiques. She's 100 years old and used to be an antique dealer. And she was like, let me come show you all my stuff. And so she's showing me around, nothing big, and points over to this chest and she's like, oh, and that's a sewing machine. And at this point, she had no idea that I'm obsessed. So I was like, "Oh, really? Let's see." And so I'll put the pictures up. It was absolutely beautiful. Old. It was a treadle, but you had to open the cabinet up, and there was a treadle on the inside. She had a bunch of stuff on top, so I didn't ask her to open it up. But
It was probably the prettiest cabinet I've ever seen.
it was beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah, now that I've totally kind of gone off script because William distracted me. So Kelsey, tell us
Hi.
about your sewing and quilting.
So my sewing isn't very old. I guess I restarted because I learned it in school. I had started in like maybe September, October of last year.
Yeah,
So,
I knew it
yeah.
wasn't that long ago. Yeah.
Yeah, so it started not very long ago, mainly because I wanted to make stuff for Christmas. And then it's kind of grown.
So I sent you some things for Christmas.
Hmm.
How did, because so, and I tell the story about you were like, well, I'm not going to buy anything till I know if I like it. And I was like, well, you're kind of making it hard. You won't like it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Without the right tools, it's not a true um, experience. So what did
Yeah.
you think of some of the items? What did you find handy?
The mats are very handy.
Yeah.
The roller cutter thing, I don't know what it's called. That's very
Rotary
handy.
cutter.
I love the clips. The clips are amazing.
Yeah.
I have a tendency to stab myself with needles, so it was great to have a clip instead.
Yes.
But yeah,
So I
the
sent her some Wonder Clip, a rotary cutter, a mat, a ruler. Did I send you a ruler? I must have.
yes, yes.
Yeah. A wool mat for ironing, I
Hmm.
think. Did I send you that?
Yes, and then there's like a kind of like a kit of like scissors and seam rippers and stuff like that.
Oh, good. Okay. Yay. So did you make a quilt? Anything quilted?
I did the Christmas that red quilted runner for the table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then I made a lot of like quilted makeup bags and tote bags and stuff like that. But yeah.
We were just talking about boxy bags, Jen and
Mhm.
I. That I've never made the boxy bag, but I know people who make and sell items say they do well with those.
A lot of people like
So
them.
yeah. Do you sell them?
Mm-mm.
And
It was
no.
just for, I think it was Kyla. I made that for her Christmas present.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Um, and so I love making tote bags just because they're so fast and easy.
Mhm.
Um, it's like I'll put zippers on some things at the top now that I've kind of gotten over the intimidation factor. Once you learn how to do zippers, they're really not as bad as
Mhm.
they feel before you do them. So once I've gotten over that, I do a little bit more with zippers. But tote bags are so easy.
Yeah.
They
I
don't
have a
have
love for pillows. Pillows have become my thing.
like how like do you do that like the envelope on the back where
No,
it's
I've
like
done
overlapping?
the zipper. I want to do the envelope, but I made that big bolster pillow. So that was kind of the
Okay.
first pillow I ever made, and then I literally have it right next to me. I made this one,
Yeah.
and
Now is
then
that your fabric? Hey
yes, it's
Tasha.
one of them. So
So
this is one
Oh,
of
Kelsey,
that's
them.
also
nice.
I've talked about you, is a fabric designer. Yeah. So
Hmm.
tell us, where do you sell? Where do you have your stuff?
I have it on Etsy and I have it on Spoonflower, and it's wallpaper,
Okay.
home decor, fabric, all of the things.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So a long time ago, you asked me if I would ever be interested in like making patterns. And I was
Hmm.
like, no, like I just want to make them. Well, and now I'm making patterns. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I should listen to Kelsey more often.
Patterns are super fun.
Yeah. So, and I like usually I'll never make the same thing twice. I'll make
Yeah.
something and then like not use patterns or okay. So William owns a few hundred or so sewing machines.
Wow. What
Yeah,
kind?
all of them.
Ah,
So, William, we really need to get you on the show or go on your show and talk about sewing machines. One of the things that we want to do is have like a show and tell with all of our old machines. But I think you also need to show us what you have. I know like not that long ago, I think you got a new one and everybody was kind of laughing. I was like, wait, what's the joke? Last year he said he would buy like one a week.
wow.
But he lives I think in Los Angeles or San Diego, somewhere Southern California, and so apparently they're plentiful around there because he's always buying them. Yes, let's do that. Let's plan on that. Because we've got how many would you say what do you call the really light ones, the featherweights? I have a featherweight.
I
You
think
have
we have
one
two. I think we have two.
total.
Yeah.
Like
Gee, we,
I
we don't
probably
really
have
have that many. I felt like we had a lot, but if he has hundreds, we may have 20, would you
20.
say? 20?
Gonna say 20. I thought I had a lot. The
I
other thing
did.
he has a lot of are the maiden forms or like the dress forms. And I was like, oh yeah, I have
Really?
a bunch of those. And then I'm like, probably not in comparison to what he had. I think we have five.
He must have a big shop. When I lived in Oklahoma, there was a man, a retired lawyer, who he got this interest in sewing machines, old sewing machines, and he rented this space on Main Street just to put his machines. It was amazing how many. I mean, he didn't have hundreds, but maybe he had a couple of hundred, and he had them all spaced out on shelves, and they all had plug-ins. It was really organized, and he was very impressed that I knew a little bit. It was a very small town, so there probably weren't that many people interested in old machines.
So he's saying that he sells featherweights because they make a lot of money. So you're kind of like a little dealer. He's a dealer. I So one of the things that I wanted to make tonight, but y'all, one, I can't sew and talk at the same time. And so I was like, there's going to be three of us on tonight. So we're just going to chat. Like I don't have any projects going on tonight. Um, but I did want to show y'all. So Jennifer last week, I think, did you have the shirt with you, or you were just telling me about it?
Yes,
So
I
it's a
showed it
shirt
to you.
that says, y'all.
I had just acquired it that day at the clothes closet.
So I have it in my possession now, and I'm so excited. So I'm gonna make a tote bag out of it. My plan was to put like the shape of Louisiana, but Louisiana is bigger at the bottom than the top, and then the shape that I have didn't quite fit it. So I'm still need to figure that out, how I'm gonna do that. But yes, I'm so excited.
I have a question for William. We go back to the machines. I was wondering if he has the 99s, Singer 99s. They're 3/4 size. They're not full size, and they're not featherweights. Those are my favorite. I was just
I was
wondering
gonna
if
say I have
William,
one of those too. I have a 99.
yeah, I like those. They're workhorses. They can sew through layers of denim.
Yeah. What's the one that I have in the cabinet? It's like a 1940 something, and it's like supposed to be the trooper as far as like
Oh, I don't
going
remember.
all the layers.
I haven't been using them lately. I used them, exclusively until just 3 or 4 years ago.
Kelsey,
What
what
kind
do
of
you
machine do
have?
you have,
I
Kelsey?
was just
What?
saying.
What kind of machine do you have?
I have a brother. Hold on, I'll be able to see it. I
Okay,
have
your
a
hair is so long.
Yeah, it got real. I need to cut it. But I have a brother LX 3817. She's cute.
Oh, it is so cute. Who knows?
Yeah. I needed it just like half the desk, so I can still make patterns and then sew on the side.
Yeah. No, it's perfect.
Mhm.
And so I've always I think I need to get one like that I can travel around with. Um, but then I'm thinking I have a featherweight, but the featherweight doesn't do all the fancy things. It just sews really well. So when
Okay.
we're talking about featherweights, I don't know if Kelsey, they're like the old antique machines. When were they made? The featherweights in like the
I don't.
40s, 50s?
Yeah, probably maybe earlier.
They
Okay.
were like the first portable. Hey, Shelly, welcome, welcome, welcome.
They weigh like
The
five,
featherweight.
10 pounds. They maybe 10 pounds. They're
Okay.
very lightweight, and everybody wants one. They're in demand
How much do they sell for? I think like
now. When
250,
I
five
started,
hundred. Like they could be.
yeah. But back when I first started, seeing them, they were like 200 or 300. Now they're a lot more.
Cool. Um, so I was gonna say that one of the bags that I love that I made for myself, that I just kind of wanted to show you guys is this tote bag. Um, it has denim on the bottom, and it's just like, y'all know I love me some raw edge. I call it raw edge quilting because I don't have a better word for it. But it's just pieces of fabric ironed onto Pellon, and then I sew over it. There's no batting or anything, so it's not really quilted. It's just sewn on the fabric. And then early on, when I started making bags, I was observing other people's bags, and I noticed if they had a handle and a strap, that was really awesome. So I always put straps and handles on my bags. Um, yeah, so I thought, and I get tons of compliments on it every time I bring it anywhere. Um, it doesn't have pockets or anything, but it does have a snap. No, it's not a snap. It does have a magnet to help it close. So I'll be doing something probably like this with the y'all t-shirt.
Is that the kind of style you do, Kelsey? for tote
I know.
bags?
So for the tote bag it was one full pattern and then I made the lines like it would be quilted. And then I just did like a liner on
Right.
the inside.
That's
Yeah.
good.
That's kind of what that one is. Yeah.
Yep.
I can usually whip them out pretty quick. I made one recently, but I hadn't made one in a while, so it took me a lot longer than it used to.
I was thinking that
a
it
few
was,
weeks ago.
I was thinking it'd be good to cut out a lot of them all at once and then sew them. That'd be quick.
When we talked about using the orphan blocks to make the bags, I started gathering up all my blocks, and so I have that stack. Well, I had it last Wednesday. It's still in the same spot. Everybody relax. I haven't moved it. So yeah, I still want to do that.
Did you
But
show
when
some of those? Did you show them last week? I don't remember.
I must have, because they're still sitting here. Yeah, because we talked about the pocket on one of them. And so, who was it? Somebody on the Discord commented on, she hopes I finish the quilt. And I thought, oh my God, I have earned myself a reputation for not doing stuff. Kelsey's like, about starting projects and not finishing. And I will have you guys know that the Wonky Kaleidoscope quilt is done and finished, and it is handed off to its next owner. Good night, Mona. Thanks for stopping in. Hey, Jess. So I did finish the Wonky Kaleidoscope quilt, and it is with Carly. Great ending to the story. I don't want to. I know everybody watches all of my videos, so don't want to give too much away, but in the end, it turned out beautiful. And I did have to get it back from her because she wanted me to add something on it. So it was kind of a yeah, but it's
Did
finished.
she like the
So I'm gonna make a
colors?
bag out of these. She did like the
Oh, good.
colors.
Oh, you were concerned
Yeah.
about that?
Yes. Well, her mom was concerned. Um, that they were too bright, but I was like, once you see them, they're not bright at all. Like they're very
No, they're
muted.
not.
I mean, it turned out beautiful. Yeah. So I'm laughing. Jess and William call themselves twins, and Jess did post a video recently that made me laugh because she was, what do you call it? Modeling her overalls, and I couldn't help but think of William. She made some overalls, like a dress, a quilted dress. It was very cute, Jess, by the way. Yeah, and I showed you guys the churn dash in that one.
I just can't
I
wait to
haven't made
see
a
that put all those orphan blocks put together.
well, they're all going to be on bags.
Oh.
Hey, Amanda. They're all going to be on bags, so they're not going to be on the same quilt.
Oh, I keep thinking that it's going to be a quilt, but yeah, I remember now.
I've done that too. Hey, Cherry. I do want to make this one. Actually, I want to make into a quilt. And actually, Miss Jerry, I had a quilt that, and this is so easy. It's just half square triangles, and I mean, all you need to do is put these in blocks together. So I want to do that.
I love those colors together.
Yeah. So Kelsey, do you have plans to make like a full-on traditional quilt?
I don't know. My next project is an ottoman, and I'm gonna do like a kind of a slip cover over it so I can change it as
Oh
I
yeah.
feel. And then I think after that I'm making a headboard, and then after that it might be a quilt.
So you're like upholstering.
Yes. I like a whole lot like home decor upholstery
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And pillows.
And pillows.
With zippers. That's impressive.
Yeah, it was a scary one for a while. There was a few seam ripping moments I had to have.
Yeah, you're not a real sewist if you don't have a seam ripper, multiple seam rippers close by.
Yes.
We I have at least 3 in every room, I think. I did recently buy a fancy one. I think I sent you, Kelsey, one of these, the wooden ones.
Yeah.
Did I send you that? These are really
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the pointer. What is it called, Jen?
Oh, oh gosh.
A stylus? It's not a stylus. That would be a
I don't know. I love mine though. I love it. I use it a lot.
I've recently started using it. I didn't when I bought Kelsey's, I also bought one for me. And so that I've only had it that long, but I love it. It made it a debut in one of my quilting videos. Actually, the one that came out yesterday. Hey, Judy. A stiletto. That's right. Like a shoe.
There you
Anyway, love it. Um, I used it to point at how everything matched up perfectly in the seam ripper. Did you get one of these?
go. I don't think so. It doesn't look familiar.
What is
Okay.
it?
You probably don't need one, but if you start like making quilts, like traditional quilt tops, and you
Hmm.
do chain piecing,
Okay.
these things are fabulous. So like chain piecing is if you were to like I I sewed all of the pink and white together all at the same time, just bunch in a row. So that's called chain piecing. So then what you end up with is a chain of all of these, and you have to snip the thread between each
Okay,
one
I've
of them.
seen those.
Yeah, but those
Gotcha.
you just like, and they're so super. It's called a blade saver. I think it's meant to be like where you hold the blades for your rotary cutter, but then there's
Hmm.
a blade in the top, so it's like sharp right here.
Okay.
Love this thing. And they had it in Cheeky Quilter blue, so
Mhm.
I think I bought one for Jen too.
Haven't seen it. Yeah.
I bet Kelsey would use her color wheel that's all about the blenders.
Oh yeah.
So I went to one of those when I was in El Paso visiting Lucas. I went to one of those stores that um, sells all the Amazon returns.
Hmm.
Have you been? They're
There
filthy.
seems to be one up here, but I haven't been to it yet.
Yeah. So the first day it was $9. I didn't buy a whole lot. The next day we went, it was $4. I bought a few more things. Had I gone when everything was like $1, I think I probably would have spent a lot more money. But I did end up finding some color wheels. I thought they were just regular color wheels, but when I got home, it was like, how do you blend colors to make other colors? Color
Oh,
wheel.
okay.
And I'm like, I don't like it's more like for painters, I guess. So
Hmm.
I don't really use that.
Oh,
Do you paint? Are you painting these days?
a little bit. I normally, when I'm drawing, it's like black and white. That way, when I put it into the computer, it's very easy to edit it.
Yeah.
Mm.
You never were you ever like a painter? Like painted stuff?
Not in the traditional sense. Normally, like
Okay.
growing up, I was pretty much always pen.
Okay. That's what I thought. Jennifer, did you paint? I remember you sent me to painting lessons.
I've painted one painting. I didn't particularly enjoy it.
So the other thing that I found recently that actually it was in that bag when I pulled the bag out. It's this log cabin quilts, um, tiny little book. And the thing about quilts is like things will come and go, like different styles and whatever, but quilt blocks, like don't really go out of style. Like the colors will change, but like some of this stuff, like the colors they picked are so 70s. In here, let me see what year was it. I can't see. So this is like from 88. I would have thought it was earlier than that. But so the colors are very 1988 in here. And they didn't have a whole lot of computer. So like it's all kind of hand drawn typewriter. Um,
I like that
but like they're so pretty.
rose colored and green was very popular somewhere around that time.
Mm-hmm. So, but like this is so cool because even though it's the colors aren't good, but this is the same block, just in different configurations, and it shows you like all the things you can do with just one log cabin block.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that cool? And so like that's kind of timeless. And I don't even know where this came from. This book. Does it look familiar to you, Jen? Did you give it to me?
No, let me see the cover. No, it does not look familiar at all.
Somebody probably gave it to us.
Yeah.
But so in the back, there's a patterns for letters.
No.
I know, isn't that sweet?
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Like I'm thinking like you could put that on a pillow with a name,
Mm-hmm.
like your
You
last
can make
name.
like a little baby
Unless it's-
quilt for the grandchild.
Yeah.
Yes.
Weston. Are you having a baby? Are you
Yes.
announcing
I
anything?
have one. She's eating food right now.
Oh, my grandcat.
Yep.
We have 2 granddogs, a
Yeah.
grandcat, and one grandson.
Yep.
I tell him he's my favorite only because I don't see the cat and dogs very often.
That's fair.
He gets very Weston gets very uncomfortable when I tell him he's my favorite. And then I thought it was kind of cute. And then I thought, well, maybe he gets in trouble at school for like having favorites. Cuz he's like, "Don't call me that." Like he gets all like weird. He does too. He has a little attitude where he goes like that with Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt. Whatever he was doing, he woke up in the middle of the night one night and flicked me on the head. I was like, "What?" He's like, "You're in my way. We're sleeping. We're sleeping. Go to sleep."
I wanted to tell you, Amber, that the guild sent out a notice about a organization in Louisiana that helps you document your quilts, like officially. Like if you can, I don't know, I didn't read too much of it. I'm gonna have to look at it tomorrow.
Like a
So
storyteller kind of thing?
yeah, like where the organization probably you can fill out this form and give all the information, the design, your name, and all kind of information, and then they put it into this. I guess they keep it stored.
Like a database of
Right. Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
I've recently joined a sew along that we're on block 2, but I haven't started block 1 yet. Shocker, I know. We're all shocked. But it's with the International Quilt Museum, maybe. I'm trying to think of it. And man, I would love to go there. Like some of the stories, like the curator lady talks about is pretty cool. Like
Where is it?
and the
Where's
other
this
2
museum?
ladies. Oh, it's in the United States, but I don't remember where. I'm looking to see if I have my little book with me. I don't. Um, yeah, so it's really cool. Some of the stories she tells about quilts and just the history of quilting. Really, really interesting stuff. I can't
Is that?
remember from week to week what I've told everybody. Um, did we talk about going to market?
I don't think so.
So last Saturday, um, sorry, Kelsey, but your father was a little bit of a wet blanket
Oh.
at the market.
Oh.
Yes, Kelsey has a channel. I'll let her plug it.
Oh.
You want to put it in the in the
See.
in
I
the
have to figure out
comment.
how to do this
And
now.
she has like almost 3,000 subscribers, y'all.
That is awesome.
Oh, she must be on her phone. Yeah. Um, it's Kelsey Casteel. Casteel is her last name. So we went to this market where Jennifer and I are going to be selling our stuff, and he wasn't feeling well, and he probably um needed to stay home because he wasn't feeling well, but he was trying to be a trooper and he came with me anyway. And so it ended up that we should have just rescheduled. But we didn't have fun. We walked around and we saw everything. I bought a scone. But I'm super excited about the market because there's nothing like what we do. So Jen and I talked about the things that we're going to sell. And I think we have a pretty cool plan. Let me see.
And
I
were there
bet
were
were
there a
there
lot of
what?
people? A lot of people
Yes,
at
there
the
were lots and
market?
lots of people. Yes. It's kind of, I think when they first, the history of the park is that it used to be a horse farm in Louisiana, in Lafayette, the town where we live, and the university owned it. Well, they sold it to the city maybe or to a nonprofit who turned it into kind of like a Central Park, and they have done a lot of work on it, and it looks absolutely beautiful. It's very well done. Kelsey, next time you're in town, you really need to come check it out. It's
Mhm.
like I was way impressed.
Hoping for
Lots
the
and lots of
fall.
parking. Oh, good, good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'll wait when it's not 100 degrees where y'all live.
Well, you've got 3-day window. You've
There
got
we
3
go.
days.
I'll go for Halloween. Halloween tends to be a little cooler.
Like I put your
Halloween's a good
name.
time
hmm
because everybody wants
It
Christmas
is
stuff.
pleasant.
hmm Well, even
It
everyone
is
up
very
here, when they
pleasant.
ask when to visit, I'm always like, go during Halloween. It's the best time to go.
It really is.
hmm
The excuse me. I forgot what I was gonna say.
It's okay.
It was super enlightening and important, I'm sure.
Ah.
So what patterns are you working on, any patterns right now?
They're mainly very basic patterns. I have a few like client stuff I have to get through. So I have a vintage car pattern I have to get through. The fish wallpaper I have, someone wants it, but they want it in a different type of fish that I don't really. I've had to Google. It just looks like a fish, but it's a interior designer. She's doing two boys' rooms.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
The one of the things we talked, that's kind of funny, it reminded me of a few weeks ago we were talking about cat people versus dog people. Like it's
hmm
easy to buy like generic cat stuff and it'll sell no matter what. But
hmm
like dogs are breed specific.
hmm
So like if you can't just make like a generic dog stuff and people will buy it.
Yeah.
Um oh, look at that. Yay, Jess. Um and so I guess the fish are the same way. Like it needed to be a specific
Yeah.
color and okay.
They're from Maine, and so I guess it was one of those like it's a Maine fish, and I was like, okay, cool, Maine fish.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
But yeah.
So I have also been working on trying to finish up my quilt, the Acadian flag quilt that I'm hoping to have printed and for sale. All of my patterns, all like 5 of them, are for sale on my on our website. But also I have some that are printed and made into like kits, quilting kits. And so definitely want to have the printed copy of our Acadian flag quilt pattern ready for June the 21st. And so I've been working on that, trying to get it organized so we can sell it. And then of course So Kelsey, you probably don't know the story behind this block that I always have with me. So when I first started doing these live streams, I was like, something fun that we can do is you guys will give me a random number
Mhm.
and I will pull up. I don't even know how many people on right now were here when I did this. I did it twice. So there's this encyclopedia of quilted patterns, and it's like all the quilt blocks ever. There's like thousands of them in here. And so I was like, we're going to randomly pick one and I'm going to figure out how to make it. And then I'll give you guys the pattern. Like I'll make a pattern and it'll be like a free download. And so this was the first one and I made it and I wrote the pattern for it, but I never really put it in a PDF to give it out. It's on the list of things to do. And then the second one was so random. It's like little people in a quilt pattern. So I designed it. I got online and I made like the design, but then I never made it. So maybe that's why I have the reputation that I have.
I don't remember that pattern, the little people. I don't remember it.
Because it was because we I couldn't find the book and so we like just generically found a number or something and I was like, okay, I'll look it up later and I'll tell y'all what it is. And I looked it up. Yeah, it's like Judy calling me out. She was here and I stopped after 2. But I hadn't forgot, Judy. I didn't forget. I might, who knows? One day I'm going to show up and all of my projects are going to be complete.
It's a goal,
Yeah.
something to strive
And so
for.
Zaza is from Scotland. Right? It's not like I'm busy. I'm just sitting around eating ice cream. So yeah, that's my goal is to actually finish stuff. And one of the things is that's happening soon is hurricane season. And so I tried to pull out the hurricane evacuation route sign that I started. I couldn't find it. Like it's around here somewhere. So since that happened, I did a huge cleaning and organizing. And see, since then, now I can't find it. If I had just stayed unorganized, I would be working on that quilt right now. Like I'm even looking like, is it right here? No, but there's more cat fabric right there. I totally forgot that I bought this cat fabric, y'all. It was at Joanne. It smells like Joanne.
That's
Oh, that's cute.
See, just generic cat fabric. That's gonna be a tote bag and somebody's gonna love it.
Yep.
I'll probably embroider a a cat on the front on the pocket or something. Who's not gonna love that? Everybody's gonna love it.
Make a cat face shaped pocket.
See,
There you
there you go.
go.
Somebody's gonna buy it. It's gonna sell out. The other thing I really think I need to do is make dog collars.
Yeah.
There were lots and lots and lots of dogs at the park.
hmm
People love their pet stuff.
hmm What I find a lot when I go to the markets, what I love is like the little mini kits. So like the little mini like knitting kits that I can like do something really quick. That would be fun for quilting. It's just like a really quick little quilt that I can make.
Yeah.
hmm
And that's kind of the kit that I have done
hmm
already for sale is that's what it is. It's a small kit.
Yeah.
But I could probably do the alligators. I bet those would sell well.
Mm.
Because everybody wants the alligator pattern if I did it in a kit.
The raw edge pattern.
Yeah. Like the one we made.
Could you do that in a kit? That'd be kind of hard because of all those little pieces.
I did, but I have a kit for the flag. Shelly, did you get the flag kit or did I give it to Kelly? I think I gave it to Kelly. For helping me out and being a supporter. But I could do the alligator. Yeah, it was Kelly. Sorry. Maybe if you do something spectacular, you'll get one too.
I was looking at the Guild's newsletter today, and one of our workshop participants showed at Sew and Tell last month, showed the alligator wall
Yeah,
hanging.
she did. She
Did you
did.
see it?
I did. Oh, I was there. Yeah, that was
She,
fun.
but they put it in the newsletter, so it's cute.
Yeah, that was kind of cool to see my pattern
Yeah.
out there. Her name is totally escaping me right now, but yeah. I don't have anything to bring for show and tell tomorrow, or sew and tell they call it. Oh, I think somebody wanted me to start talking in my British accent again. Zaza, did you or you call it an English accent? You know that all started with that Wonky Donkey book. There's a lady somewhere across the pond that was reading a book about the Wonky Donkey. It's the Wonky Donkey, and she was laughing so hard, like she was reading it to her grandchild, and she was laughing so hard she couldn't keep reading, and so I would pretend to be her, and I read the Wonky Donkey in that English accent, and then it just kind of went from there. And also Ricky Gervais, I love him. Fat people love cake. That's why they're fat.
He is funny.
He told that to like David Letterman, like way back in the day. Oh, it was Miss Jackie Shelley. Yeah, he told that to David Letterman. You don't have to tell me I'm fat. I know I'm fat. Yes, I want some cake. I'm fat.
Is he still around? He
I'm
is
sure.
funny. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
I like Jamie Oliver's accent also. The chef.
Oh, I don't know him.
Oh, you need to watch. You would love it.
Like I'm familiar with him, but I don't know a whole lot about him. So I have that was Sylvia back when she did the Wonky Donkey. Now who's Patty G? You showing up? Yeah. You were lurking till I said something fun, huh? Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Oop.
Yeah, I love the Wonky Donkey.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
What is-
birthday twins. And you just had a birthday, Amanda. I'm gonna have to look up Jamie Oliver now.
He has an accent that you like. Is it Cockney? It might be Cockney.
Well, I think it's more just London. Just lurking. Yay. That's okay.
That's
See,
sick
but I gotta pull you
accent.
in. Now I know. Now I know if I can talk about the Wonky Donkey. Yes,
Ah,
Amanda turned 50 yesterday. Happy birthday.
Aw.
I'm old like that.
listen, Zaza says Jamie Oliver's tongue is too big. That's why he talks funny. That's funny. That's all I'll see now when I watch him.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go
I'll be
check
looking
that.
at his tongue.
I don't know what that means. Shelly. So one of the things when I started this channel, I did not want to do tutorials. I wanted to tell stories of quilts rather than tutorials. And I think we talked about this not too long ago, where somebody said even though you do like tell the story of the quilt, you could still do a tutorial. So I think that's what I tried to do on this last video that I put out yesterday. Because this wonky kaleidoscope definitely had story to it. Like not even intentionally. I felt funny, like I felt like I really did mess up the first part and made it wonky. Like that was like legitimate. I messed it up. But then it turned out nice. But then it got wonky again. And like I couldn't have scripted it if I wanted to. Like there were things the whole way through until even the last part when I was putting the binding on it. I was so excited because I hate putting binding on a quilt. Like it's like I don't want to do it. But I put the binding on, I get all the way around and I'm recording it and I'm like, okay, like I'm gonna record it and I'm gonna act like I know what I'm doing and I'm gonna put the thing down and I put it at an angle and I sewed it, y'all. It was perfect. I was so proud of myself. It came out great. I turned the camera around. I forgot to hit record.
Oh no.
So even the parts that came out right, the camera was like, yeah, no, we don't want good.
Oh,
So I don't even have a recording of me doing the good stuff. And then like as I was quilting it, I had issues with every single row. The thread kept breaking and the tension was bad. It was like there was always something all the way. Finally I finished it and gave it to her and it turned out really nice. But it was definitely a story worthy quilt. Lots of things. I have like more footage on that making of that quilt. I could probably make like 10 different videos. So prepare yourself. You're about to get an onslaught of kaleidoscope quilt videos.
I have a problem starting a new project. I never know what to do next. It's not that I mean, I have several projects that I need to do, but it's always hard to get started. Do you just jump into the next project? Yes.
Before I'm even finished starting the first one, I know what I'm doing next.
Oh gosh. I just lollygag.
Yeah, Zaza, I know everybody likes watching the bad stuff because you can relate. And in fact, as I'm doing it, I'm thinking like all these people, and we've talked about this, especially our background, like who are in this perfect little setup and there's no stuff. Like, where's all your stuff? In these
Oh,
perfect little sewing rooms. Like that's not a sewing room. Like I have piled look what y'all can't see. This is my pile of fabric for I don't even know what I was working on. Something green. Like it's all green.
that is a pile.
Hush.
It's not the only
Hush.
pile.
You're right. It's not. Because there's one right on the side of it that's equal. But it's grays and blues and pinks.
And how's your
And
workspace,
then
Kelsey? Is it all organized?
I'm I'm a little bit more on the organized part. I built an
Yeah,
entire cabinet because I was
yeah.
like, I don't want to see all of this all the time. So I built a cabinet with like drawers and things. I hid my printer in it and everything. I was like, I just
Oh,
gonna
wow.
be hidden away.
That's nice.
show off.
Yeah.
She's showing off.
I was like, I have to work in like a very clean space.
Yeah, a lot of
So
people
I'm a
do. A
little
lot of
different
people
there.
do. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish I could.
Yeah. I blame it on the ADHD. I'm gonna get distracted too easily and then I end up with 15 half projects. I'm like, no, we gotta keep it together. Yeah.
Yeah. My
That's the
mom,
unregulated ADHD, adult ADHD, unregulated.
Yeah.
my
Um,
mom did not
but
start a new project unless she had finished one, the last one. She would not. She could not do that. She could only read one book at a time. I have like 5 books that I'm reading at a time, and yes, so just so very different.
yeah.
So I can only read one
And
book at a time, but I definitely, as I'm in the middle of a project, I am thinking of how to start that other project. I just don't start it and the other one.
That's good though. That's a good habit.
Yeah.
and I think a lot of people work that way,
Uh,
like
Hmm.
to help keep the flow of that thing. But I'm so scattered all of the time that like if I lose interest even for a little while, unless it's a project that I'm giving to somebody or has a deadline, like I can finish those and get those done. But if I'm just doing it for fun, if I lose interest or if it gets not fun anymore, I'll put it away. And come a lot of times I do come back to them later. I'm like I really do want to finish my hurricane evacuation route. quilt. And
When
I
you
was gonna
find
show
it.
y'all as soon as I find it, I'm gonna finish it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was showing y'all like these are pieces for that quilt. Like I have the pieces ready to go. I just need to sew them together as soon as I
Which
find
quilt?
the big part.
Oh, the hurricane hanging. That'll be
Yeah.
nice. I'll be anxious for you to finish that. I hope you get it done before the hurricane season is over.
Well, my goal is to have it done for June the 21st when we go to the Marcus Park market.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Um, oh, peer pressure keeps you on track, Zaza. Um, I don't know that bothers me too much. Clearly, because I have my cheeky quilter community now knowing my reputation as an unfinisher. I ought to lean into that. I'm like, what am I starting this week that I won't finish? How's that for a teaser? Look what I started. You'll never see it.
But that's why we have so many people give us things, like when the grandmothers die, they have their family goes through their stuff and they have all these unfinished projects that we end up with. Tops that are not quilted, blocks that are not put together.
Kelsey gets
Sorry, I
first
missed that.
dibs. Oh no. Was she saying that when people pass away, they have all these unfinished projects and they get and
Oh
their
yeah.
family members give them to us. So I was gonna say when I pass, Kelsey gets first dibs on everything artistic that I own. Anything and everything that you want is yours.
There you go.
Everything else y'all can sell or do whatever. Because I know
Yeah.
like Cameron and Lucas don't want that.
Yeah. They're gonna look at it and be like, "Why does she make a bunch of baby blankets everywhere?" It's like little doll things. I'm like, they're part of quilts.
It is a quilt.
Hmm.
The other thing that I want to do is in my bathroom, we have this huge window that during the summer months, the sun comes up right um so it's behind me when I'm putting my makeup on, the sun is shining like behind me and reflecting onto my face and I can't see anything. So for years we've been talking about where are we gonna put up there? And we just never have put anything. And so I am going to take some of all of these scraps and make a very scrappy quilted curtain that I can easily open and close. Like that's going to be on, like a rod that's easy to do.
You can do like cute little Roman shade.
I thought about a Roman shade, except that you have to climb into the bathtub
Oh,
to be able to reach it because it's like,
gotcha.
it's on the other side of the big tub. And so I thought if I can just like kind of reach over and swish it
Swing.
to the side. Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, because we were talking about Roma shade, we talk about like wood blinds and all that stuff.
Mhm.
And because I didn't want to make anything. I just was
Mhm.
like, let's just get something.
Mhm.
But now I'm going for cheap
There you
and easy.
go. Mhm.
Like I'm just gonna make blocks, make it look old.
Well, it gets
It's
rid of some
gold.
of your stacks. That way you don't have many stacks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
See? You are a quilter.
Yep.
A stash buster, we call that.
There you go.
So I'll do stash busting.
Cool. So I need to go through my stash. I'm gaining more fabric than I should right now. So I have a
Oh
few different
my.
projects that I'm like, I need to get rid of this fabric. Let's use this.
Yeah, I've got way too much.
Yeah, Cam just looked at me from the side and he was like, You do. You have a lot.
He's been to our house. He knows how much I have.
Yeah.
He's afraid.
Yeah. He's like, I
He's
see what's gonna
scared.
happen. He saw the
Yes.
future and he doesn't know about it.
Um, this weekend we were at a crawfish boil, and of course Dwayne finds the one builder in the group, and he's talking to him about his what he wants to build his home. And so I go to the guy, I'm kind of laughing about it, and I was like, "Yeah, I need like a quilting studio." And he's like, "Oh yeah, like a little she shed." No. I said, "No, like a quilting studio." No, I mean kind of like a she shed. Like he kept like downplaying it, and I was like, I have a quilting machine that's 12 feet long by 5 feet wide. I was like, I need a studio. And he was like, oh, I was like, yeah, like a room.
You need more like a 3-car garage without the garage doors.
I mean, a 2-car garage is good.
I
My
know you
aunt,
though. You're gonna add to it. You gotta think of future you.
yeah, future me needs 3. I
Yeah.
would like to keep it down to 2 though. My aunt, yeah, the shed is for the storage.
Mhm.
The house, the studio, because I do need to have a pretty area where I
Mhm.
can work, and then have like a workspace. Like in my brain, it's all I know
You
what
could do
it's
the
gonna look like.
two-story. The like those garages that have like
The
the little
loft,
mother-in-law at the top.
yeah,
Yes,
Mhm.
that'd be good.
Yep.
Mother-in-law at the top.
that would be Jennifer.
A she shed would be good for me, way in the back.
There is a house for sale in Lafayette right now that has like a traditional kind of home in the front, like a brick, just kind of house, whatever style. But in the back, there's like a house from the 1890s, and it's like an Acadian style house, and then they kind of added on to it, and it's got this other little thing, and it's on 6 acres, and I was like, oh my God, that would be perfect.
Where is it?
But I think it's off by the mall kind of ish in
Ah,
that area. Um, I sent it to Dwayne and he didn't comment.
it's a no.
For future reference. For future reference. Yeah. He can't know about the secret plans I make in my head for all of my quilting and sewing endeavors. He would definitely have a stroke. He's funny like that. He gets nervous when I say anything that costs more than $3. So, well, ladies, this was so fun. Kelsey, I'm so glad you joined.
Thank you.
Oh
This
yeah,
is
when I win the
exciting.
lotteries, yeah, when we win the lottery, it's gonna be huge.
Yeah.
But we never buy
We don't
tickets.
play.
Yeah,
I was like, we don't play.
but
We don't
we,
buy tickets,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
I could spend the money.
But I finally live
That
in a
would be
state
some.
I could play the lottery if I wanted to.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't. No.
No. I mean, we lived in
I
Utah for so long, then there's no lottery there, so I just never think about it. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it's always been here. I've never played. I'm not a gambler like that either, though.
I just forget. And it costs now the price that it's going up like to $5 for a ticket. That's
Oh,
way too high.
I'm okay.
So I was gonna say, I love those little videos or memes where they say like, I won't tell you when I win the lottery, but there will be signs, and it's a Highland cow. If I start walking around with miniature cows, I have I have come into some cash.
Good
Oh, good
night,
night,
Shelly.
Shelly. I know
Night.
you get up early for work. Have a great night. Have a good day tomorrow.
You too.
Um,
Bye.
uh, so yeah. So anything else, ladies, before we head out at our?
Look,
I
Cece
think we
just
lost
joined
Kelsey.
us. Story time with Cece. She just came
Oh,
on.
yay! Found us again. Oh, I think Kelsey was like, "Okay, peace out," and she left. But that's okay. I didn't tell her how long we usually stay on,
She
but
probably
it's
has
usually
things to
about an
do.
hour.
Oh,
Yeah, the lotto is not worth the gas money. So, Cece, do you know how you will find us every time? Kelly, you just missed Shelly.
by a minute.
We got a trade. Shelly just left. She had to go to bed. Um, she oh, what was I gonna say?
You were talking to Cece.
Oh, how you make sure to get us every time is that you hit that subscribe button and you hit the notification bell, and it will alert every time we go live. you'll get a little notice.
I think I'll have a
So-
project for next week.
That would be lovely.
I never bring anything.
Well, if it's just me, I'll have something because I can have the camera. When it's me and you, I'll have the camera sometimes. But I knew that Kelsey, there was going to be 3 of us, and I didn't want to have the
Okay.
that that 4th thing going.
Oh, lottery tickets online. I don't think we can do that here, can we?
So I don't know.
Oh, she did it.
Yay! But you just get busy. I do that sometimes too. Like today, I was working from home and I saw that a couple of people were going live, and I knew that if I logged in, that was going to be it. I wasn't going to get my work done. So yes, we are here every Wednesday evening, and then once a month on Tuesdays. In June, what is June the
I forgot.
maybe that first Tuesday, the first or second Tuesday, we do t-shirt quilting. And so that we'll have projects and be more hands-on. And like I said, next week, I think maybe we'll have projects because I definitely, I do like sewing or cutting or working on things, but sometimes I make pretty bad mistakes when I try to talk and sew. Hey, Katie. Hello, hello, hello. We're just about to sign off, but thanks for signing in. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up.
Greenland quilter.
Yeah. So anyway, so everybody have a fabulous week. And we will be back here next Wednesday, first Wednesday in June. And we will have projects to be working on. And oh yay, the t-shirt quilt back on the wall. Good job, good job, good job. And everybody else, don't forget to check out my latest video on the wonky quilt block. Well, not the wonky quilt block, the wonky kaleidoscope. It ended up being a very, very, very cute quilt.
Do you have a
So I
special
did put
template? Is that a template? Do you have a special
it's
template?
No, yes, it's the small wedge from Missouri Star.
It's cute. I like it. Oh, Cece started a t-shirt quilt.
Yay!
Those are my favorite.
Awesome. Yeah. And I'm also hoping to gain a person who is makes t-shirt quilts to join us for the June t-shirt quilt Tuesday. And so maybe we'll have a guest speaker. I hope we can. But yeah. So actually I already have that one scheduled. So if you go into on our Facebook page into our lives, you can see that it's scheduled and you can hit the notification bell and you will be notified. So with that, peace out, y'all.
Good night, everyone. Thanks
Have
for
a great
joining.
week. Yes, thank you so much. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe.